All right, so free mower did another mowing, so that's pretty sweet. And I've been going around trimming limbs and stuff, so hopefully we can make that easier. But that's not what we're gonna do today. And I'll show you what that is just a second. Let's get down there. Let's see if our old friend the Cushman will run. It's kind of cold again today. Just a little choke action. Oh, third gear's too much when it's cold. That's fine. We'll let it sit. So this I want to be today's project, or at least one of them. Yeah, the spot sprayer frame I bought, and then promptly upon unloading, the tank self-destructed, as I feared it would. They get brittle when they're out in the sun, and then you can just, you know, keep punching holes in it. So yeah, it's a good thing that happened now and not when it was totally full of some deadly chemical. But we're gonna get a tractor, we're gonna hook this up, and then we are going to strip off all the stuff we don't need, which includes the tank, those brackets, and the boom setup. I don't really need for what I'm doing. I'm basically just using it as a carrier for the bigger spot sprayer I bought. And if I leave these booms on, they're just gonna get in the way when I go, you know, in the woods and stuff. So yeah, so we'll get started on that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man. This here's the spot sprayer frame, or sprayer frame, I guess I should say, that I bought on that auction with the idea that I was going to make a larger spot sprayer. And I thought I could save the tank because it just had a hole in the side, but then, yeah, it's just too brittle. And upon researching, a tank that size was going to cost me like $400 or $500, and I really don't think it was worth doing that. I found a whole complete spot sprayer that's 60 gallons with a new pump and everything for under $300. And I got to thinking about it, and I think 60 gallons is about all I want to carry at a time anyway. Not because of just weight issues, but, you know, are you going to be spraying that much fence line at once? I don't know. Probably, because I usually went through about 4 or 5 tankfuls with my little 15-gallon sprayer. And some people probably say, oh, you're putting it on so thick. Well, I use the wand and just hose her down on the fence. I don't want anything coming back. So we'll get a tractor and mount this up. Unfortunately, I got to thinking, I thought when I bought this, it had the pins sticking in it. And somewhere along life's way, I have lost them. And that is sadness, friends. Because what I'm thinking here is, how am I going to mount this up? I'm going to need some type of something. I guess I could get category 1 pins and mount this up, but I'm not exactly sure. I might have to dig in my supply of stuff and see if I can find anything on hand. I don't see why it wouldn't work to just get a set of category pins and put it in there instead of sticking a pin through both, but you know, who knows? I'll find something. We'll find something to just use as like a piece of rod or something for now, because it's not going to be much weight, but it'll be much handier to do this all with it on a tractor. So let me round that up, and then I'll get a tractor and we'll make this happen. All right, I'm thinking some 500 action is what's going to happen. It hasn't been running for a fair bit, but well, that's awesome. That sound was the sound of the lens falling out to the ground. This one has fallen out, so I might as well just take them all out. I think I might have, I hope I have put the other clear one in there. Otherwise, I lost that. These rubber things just are garbage. The wherever country they're made, it just ain't good. So let's get it out of here and see. Will you start? Cold start. That's sweet. It's a good runner. That we never ever fixed. I remember that now. I bet we're gonna fix it today, because I bet it's about to pull the stem in. Dang it. All right, let's pause. Let's shut her down. Too much stuff's working against us. And I see my diesel fuel leak is still happening. Dang, this is just... I thought this would be a good one to use because it would be nice and reliable. And it's just not. Oh my. Okay, good. I did save that lens. So I have all four now if I go pick up that red one. So I'll have to order some rubber seals. That's no big deal. This though, friends, why is it doing this? I am not certain. I thought I had that fixed, but we're going to have to mess with that again, which is good because I bought some new sediment bowl rubbers the other day. So I guess I'll get that, and we'll try to get the tractor lined out first, get our little air inflator for now, and inflate our tire, hopefully still. It hasn't quite self-destructed yet, but that's been that way since I bought it, so I'm not real upset about that. It's just I haven't had time to mess with it. So yeah, okay. Oh, well, of course, as soon as I push record, then the wind picks up and stuff happens. But we're gonna try to figure this out. I still say it's leaking around the bowl itself. It is. I can see it ever so slightly moving. So I'm going to shut it off. Here again, this is a proprietary thing to this David Brown, so I don't really want to just throw it away and replace it. I could make it, get an American one and make it different, but I want to try to keep this original because this tractor is super duper original. And I want that to continue as long as possible. However, so far, she ain't playing nice. There. Alright. Look at how beautiful that is. I mean, it's not dirty at all. I think I'm going to try to save a lot of it. Okay, what do we got here? I don't think I put that in, or did I put that in new? I bet I did. That's one of the thicker ones. Dang. If that's the case, then that means my trick here isn't going to work. I order these things off of the electronic bay, and they're supposed to be made of a thicker material, and I've already done it. So that didn't work. So what if I were to use two? Would that work? Or would that be too much? I bet it'd be too much. Okay, let's try another new one. Maybe that one was flawed in some way. I feel like I could put 2 in, but it started doing this at the fair, which makes me think somebody probably screwed with it, and it's never been right since. Yet another reason why I'm not a fan of going to shows with my equipment, because it seems like people can't keep their mitts off of stuff, and then you start having problems. Let's give her the test. I mean, see, now I got fuel all over everything. It's been leaking all winter, just enough to make it an oily mess. Not enough to hurt anything, but I think we might we might have accomplished something today, because I don't think it's leaking. You can kind of see sometimes when they're leaking. If you look at the glass, you can see it start creeping just ever so slowly down the glass. And I don't think I see that. I think that everything that's on there is just it's oily from having diesel fuel on it. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, it's possible that it's also leaking out of the shutoff valve. But, well, I don't know. We'll leave it at that, and we'll see what it does today while we're messing with it. But it's kind of aggravating, because it made just a terrible mess on everything. I should have probably shut the fuel off, but then I was afraid on this one, being a diesel, that I would forget to turn it back on and cause more issues for myself. So sure, but we're gonna hope that's a success. We won't know till after a while, when it starts, you know, leaking all over everything. All right, air inflator. Somebody left a comment on the white tire video, which I had not thought of, and it would have worked. This air inflator will tell me the PSI of what's in the tire. So I could have used it as a gauge on the 4180 to see how much I had when my other ones didn't work. So this tire, even though flat, still has 3.4 PSI in it. So yeah, I could have used that as a gauge. How we doing? Well, 23. Someday when we got nothing else to do, we're gonna do a little more work on this. One thing, I'd like to swap this out for a Oliver style toolbox instead of this obnoxiously large metal box, because I don't think that's original to anything. So one of these days we'll get that done. All right, good enough. What will be the day that we finally have enough and fix that tire? I don't know, but it's not today. Is it still aired up? Yeah. We got bigger fish to fry. All right, now 500. Maybe you're ready to do something. Luckily, this has a good parking brake. Wonder how much fuel's left. Half a tank, maybe. Fun fact, I don't think I've ever put fuel in this tractor. Uh-oh. Now, for no apparent reason. Okay, there we go. decided to go up and not come down. Now, if a guy were going to do this for keeps, let's let the tractor roll forward a little bit now. What I'm saying is, if a guy wanted to mount pins in the holes, I think he would go and stick them this way, and then he would still have room to slide them over. And the reason that we're not going to just use a straight pin, I don't think, is because these pins aren't long enough, and I really don't want to have to make something. It breaks my heart too, because I know that they were there on the auction, so what happened to them, I don't know. Gonna hope for the best. It's gonna go in such a way where I have to find a clip. I can see that now. Is that enough to win the turkey? Come on. Yes. There. We got to do some work on the 500's hydraulics too. It's very finicky about, if you don't let it in the right place, it wants to like it keep lifting. You can hear it blowing the relief valve in there, so. Alright. I knew it. Well, dealer's choice, friends. I'd say we'll make these straps go away and do a tank delete first. Wouldn't you say that'd be the thing to do? The rest of this garbage Dad can have if he wants to try to build him one with the frame that he got. Yeah, let's get somehow these straps off. I was hoping I wouldn't have to loosen bolts and I could just peer pressure these straps into playing ball. Okay, so that went fairly reasonably, and through a very scientific and proprietary process, we will reduce that back to its most basic elements, you know, so that it's ready for reuse in Mother's Earth. Can I just break these off, because that's the way I've been going. It's a nice thing about the sun is it ruins sprayer fittings, so the sun combined with the chemical properties of what was going through it will pretty well render her useless by the time you're done. Alright. Okay. What's next? Well, there's a cute little filter. Too bad it's gonna go away. Will that break off? No, probably not, because I want it to. Let's get rid of that. Come on, hose. Sweet. All right. How are those connected? Well, gigantic bolts. Okay. What do we want to do next? Do we want to try to take these saddles off? Do we want to try to take this loose? If we took this loose, it'd be out of our way. That made that easier. Sure. That wouldn't happen to fit in there, would it? No, it would not. But that's okay. We don't need to do a good job. Sure. Struggle? Why, of course. Of course we would struggle. If we didn't, where would the fun be? Let's do a delete. And yeah, I'd say now it's easier to get that filter thing off if we take the saddle off. Plus, we can probably use impact. I don't know if we can get in there with anything. That's what I figured would happen there. Can I snake this in just enough to hold it? Yes, good deal. Yes, we can cheat. To do that. This should be figure out how we're going to do that. Our wrench should still be trapped. Let's go to the other side. Now that we figured it out, the trick. Now we'll delete on this. Okay, now we can get to what looks like a 5/16 bolt. Take that off, and that little bracket thing will come off. And then we'll take our booms off. Actually, let's take the boom off now because it's the same size socket that we already have on there. Sure. Get this one off of there. Should have been thinking. Wasn't. All right, so that's for the part that we need. And I guess I will go get the new sprayer and we will assemble it and set it on here and figure out what our plan is. I was kind of thinking that I would probably paint this before using, but maybe it's not really worthy of that, you know? It kind of looks fine to me the more I look at it. But let me go grab it and then we'll see what happens. All right, let's unpack. Yes, that's what I had envisioned. Look at how nice it sits on there. Perfect, I think. Yeah, I think it's got plenty of room to, we just got to center it up when we cinch it down. What else is in here that was neglected? Well, instructions for assembly. No, we ain't doing that. Let's go ahead and put our drain plug on. Maybe. Or we could start. Let's pull it to the edge. Wouldn't that make sense, dum-dums? Come on. There we go. Come on. Let's play ball. Will you thread on there? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right, so what we're gonna have to figure out here is what could a guy do? I think, well, I got an idea, but that's probably not the preferred method, and that would be just to get a couple ratchet straps and go around it and be done with it. See, that's all the way back. Put it that way, then it's not all the way forward. I think, and that's my problem, I think. But I seriously am considering that idea. I wish I had I might have to make a little thing to, like some brackets to hold it so it doesn't slide from side to side. Just a couple little kerchunks, you know. Maybe even just a bolt head would be enough on each side. It'd probably be better to have a flat thing to kind of hold against it. But if I did that, you know, I think then I could just hook a couple straps around and we'd have us something. So I think that I'm going to end the video here. We're going to table this right as we are, because I'll need to get some more supplies if we do this. And also, let's see here, I might mount it the other way. And you're going to say, why? Well, because here's my screw clips for the wand, and I really would want that to be on the tractor side, I think. Plus the electric outlet would then be on the tractor side. So that's what I think I'm going to do. We can go ahead and finish installing. This one's a little different than my other spot sprayer, because they put the screen up here, which is super handy because then you can get to it to clean it. The other one is down in the tank and you'd have to pull it up all the time and take it out and get it clean. But yeah, I think we got something. Let's quickly finish this up a little bit. So we're going to take this off. We're going to feed our little, we're going to do that. gonna do that. Maybe that's backwards, maybe it was supposed to go the other way, but that'll work. You see, that holds your cap. So that part's done. Now we'll put our wand clips on. I maybe have put together a spot sprayer or two in my life when I worked at the farm store. Sure would be nice for that to do what it's supposed to. Well, it doesn't appear that it came with a hose clamp, but it's entirely possible that that is long fallen out. So since it was shipped in its original packaging, it was pretty rough by the time it got here. Sure, this is taking a lot longer than I wanted. This tangling game is so much fun. All right, you see, that's supposed to clip in there when not in use. And then after you thoroughly knot your hose, let's try to recycle. Can we use this old hose clamp? Would it be the right size? Pretty big. Come on. We're almost done. 1% battery. So I'll button this up and I'll show you some other time, you know, when I figure out what I need. So we'll call this one here. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment and tell me how dumb you think I am. Or if by some slim chance you liked it, say that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.